go across to Yogendra Yadav, who normally we would have had on with us from the morning, but he is a Padyatri these days. He's with the Bharat Jodo Yatra. He's joining us live from Rajasthan. Nidhi and Torab, Yogendra, great to have you in some form or shape during an election show. I know that you've taken a kind of sannyas from election commentary, but I'm sure you have a sense of what has happened this morning.
That's right.
Both in Gujarat and in Himachal.
Vasu,
so give us a yes. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Yogendra.
Yeah. Vasu, it's come to a point where honestly I didn't actually know what was happening to the results till your colleague came and told me. So I actually am beginning to wonder, why do people spend so much time analyzing elections? It's so much of my previous life now. But just to come back to the big question that you posed, which is about what happened and let's take the three states together. My own sense, Vasu, is that all the three states had the same incumbent party. In all the three states, and I'm counting Delhi as a state, in all the three states,
I was wondering when you said
there was anti-incumbency, quite clearly, latent or manifest. Yeah, so I'm counting Delhi as well.
Okay.
In all the three states, there was anti-incumbency. All the three states, the government wasn't very competent. However, we have three very different results. In Delhi, Aam Aadmi Party scrapes through. Did slightly worse than it could have done, but basically because they had a clear message, they had a clear messenger, they had a leader, and there was only one challenger to the BJP. In Himachal, again, there is only one challenger to the BJP. The party did not have a leader. I mean, frankly, I think Congress could have done slightly better than it has because the anger against the ruling party was quite strong in Himachal.
As in a more emphatic
Congress has
result.
won, it seems, but it could have done a little better. The real thing is Gujarat, and Gujarat shows us the face of what can happen in this country. The Aam Aadmi Party makes it a mission to damage the Congress. So the BJP's long-term objective of a Congress Mukta Bharat and Aam Aadmi Party's short-term objective of attacking the Congress wherever possible results in a complete landslide for the BJP. I don't have the vote share, but my sense is that the BJP hasn't improved in terms of its vote share. Its vote share is about the same as it was.
It has.
It's just that the opposition vote is very seriously fragmented.
So very quickly, Yogendra, just
Yes.
on the factual point, the BJP actually has improved its vote share, and this is one of the big stories of today. They're actually up by almost 5 percentage points. They're at about 55%. The Congress has, of course, as we understand, collapsed. A large chunk of it has gone to the Aam Aadmi Party, and some of it has also gone to the BJP.
So it's more than just the opposition being fragmented. There's a bigger story that's emerging here, isn't there?
That's right. I thought BJP's vote share wasn't going up dramatically, but 5 point is a very serious improvement if that is the case, and if that holds till the afternoon. As you know, vote share figures change towards the afternoon, so let's wait for that. But my sense is that what you need is not only a united opposition, you need a message, you need a messenger. My own sense is that Congress did not have a message, Congress did not have a messenger. And if you want to take on the BJP, you need to challenge their narrative, but you also need to change the way in which you contest election. And since I'm speaking from Kota, Rajasthan, Kota, which is famous for its examination industry, allow me to say something. You know, BJP has done to Indian elections what Kota has done to Indian examinations. In my days when I used to study, I would just read the textbook, go and give examination. But Kota, as you know, has changed everything. Similarly, now you cannot simply hold a few rallies, give a general message and hope to win election. Now you really need Panna Pramukh, you really need targeted messaging, you need an army of social media. And unless the opposition can organize something of that kind, it has a tough time ahead. But the positive message that comes from Himachal and Delhi is that you actually can defeat BJP. BJP is vulnerable, provided the opposition is there, has a message, has a messenger, has a machine.
Exactly. And now, Yogendra, you are on this Bharat Jodo Yatra, and that brings me to the next question, which is that the Congress keeps saying the Bharat Jodo Yatra is not about winning elections and it's disconnected from that. But what kind of a message does that send? A political party must win elections at the end of the day. It's not an NGO, it is a political party. So therefore, can they just de-link it in this way? Was it a mistake for them to just sort of give up on Gujarat even before the election had started? The whole party machinery has been focused on Rahul Gandhi's Yatra, and then they're saying that it's not to win elections. It's not that they don't have a machinery. It's there. It's walking behind you.
Nithi, it is true that it is a political yatra. Any yatra organized by a political party has to be a political yatra. The only question is whether your political objective is somewhat in the medium range or it's a short range. To my mind, connecting this yatra to Himachal and to Gujarat would have been suicidal when the entire preparation began. If the Congress had begun 2 years ago, that could have been a different story. But given when they began, it was neither prudent nor advisable in any sense to connect this yatra's fate to Gujarat and Himachal. And it was wise. Accidentally, it also so happens that none of these states fall on the yatra route. But if it was a decision, it was a wise decision to connect. But you are absolutely right. In the medium and the long run, these things cannot be detached from electoral outcomes. If this yatra is about challenging 2024, not necessarily every small state election that comes on the way, I can understand, but yes, it has to be geared towards 24, and it cannot only be a yatra. You can do a wonderful yatra and do very bad elections at the same time. It has been a wonderful yatra, but a lot of serious follow-up is required, quota style, as I say. You have to break it down. Enormous work has to go in to convert the energy of this yatra into elections, which should be a medium-term objective, but it's not a short-term objective.
Okay. Dorab has a question, Yogendra. Yes.
Finally, you have to compete in an election. I know there is a yatra. You can't lie down and say walk over me and then be surprised when you are walked over.
Or in this case, run over.
Yeah.
Why not have the yatra in January 2023?
You
Why
said-
now?
You said-
Dorab,
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Sorry.
Perhaps they're thinking about induction effect.
One second.
can
yes.
you just repeat Dorab's question? Dorab is so soft that I can hardly hear him.
No, my question was that, if you do not, the yatra is that important and Gujarat election is not, then it's fine, because what you've done is that you laid down flat on the ground and said to the BJP, walk over me. And the BJP has said, thanks very much. Can you fight an election, as you said yourself, no program, no leader, nothing? And is the yatra that important that you
In fact-
you have the worst performance in history of the party in Gujarat because you had no time to fight an election?
Or inflammation.
Dorab, now I get your question. It's a very good question for a congressman, especially because I do not believe that doing the yatra and fighting Gujarat election were two exclusive options. After all, Congress did fight Himachal along with the yatra. So something seriously must have gone wrong with Congress in Gujarat, and that is not just the yatra. I think even before the yatra began, what had gone wrong had already gone wrong. But your question, is yatra that important? I do believe, Dorab, because what is required in this country before we start quota style a preparation of examination or election is narrative shift. Currently, the BJP has captured the narrative in this country. Everything is Hindu-Muslim, everything is divisive, everything has been reduced to politics of hatred. So you need a narrative shift. And I expect this yatra to bring about that big narrative shift.
I can't hear all these things.
One sec. You will get a chance to respond. Just a second. Sorry, yes, Yogendra. Yes.
I think my friend, possibly from, I couldn't hear who it was, but it must be my friend from the BJP. And if that is the case, मैं कहता हूँ तीर निशाने पे लगा है, बहुत अच्छा है. The yatra must have done what it was meant to do.
But Yogendra.
Like me, millions of people are not understanding where what you're talking.
You will come in. We have stopped him in the middle of the yatra. We will come to you. Yogendra, the question though remains, couple of things. I don't think there is a disconnect between a yatra and preparing for an election. The Congress had 5 years to prepare for this election. They could have fought this election tooth and nail, like you said, quota style, and then done the yatra after that between Gujarat and Karnataka. So there were many options. It's precisely the fact that the Congress doesn't do that you wrote famously that the Congress must die and that there must be something else that comes up. I know you've been questioned on this many times, but you're now walking with them. As someone who's now got that
Vasu,
proximity,
Yeah, Vasu, if the question
surely
is,
don't
should
you
the
see this is
yatra
the kind
have
of
taken
suicidal
place,
behavior?
Earlier, then my answer is yes. Yeah. So if the question is, should the yatra have happened much earlier? My answer is, of course, yes. A lot of things must have happened, should have happened much earlier. Has Congress done what should have been done in the last 3.5 years? No, Congress hasn't done that.
No, my question was this, Yogendra.
Yeah.
My question was not so much, I'm saying there were many modalities. I'm saying there is a sense in which the Congress does political harakiri every time, which is what led you to famously write that piece or make that, take that position. What do you think? What has changed for you that you now actually see, something that sort of has drawn you to them, given the fact that they continue to appear to do the same harakiri?
Two things, Vasu. I mean, there must be someone from the Congress on the panel, and please pose all those questions to that Congress spokesperson. From my side, I would say two things. Two things have changed. Number one, the country has changed. From 2019, when I said that, with deep anguish, I said, if you can't take on BJP in a general election, to mar jao, isse acha hai. That's basically what I had said. Deep sense of anguish and pain at the manner in which there was almost a walkover in 2019. Now, what has changed? Number one, the situation in the country is much, much, much worse than it was. Home Minister of the country says, in 2002 mein humne sabak sikhaya tha. You have 370. You have rapists and murderers being garlanded. You have bulldozer
quote unquote the full thing.
So we
I
are
have
at
the
the
right
edge.
of
The
course.
country has changed. And
Yes. Completely.
and second, what has happened is that Congress has taken a very big initiative. Congress is on the road, and the Congress leader is taking on the RSS on the street. Congress leader is talking about crony capitalism. Congress leader is talking about poverty and unemployment, the kind of things
Good
I
media
wanted them to
statements.
speak about. And if in the midst of this, जैसे कहते हैं घर में आग लगी है इस वक्त, और अगर कोई बाल्टी पानी की लेके आ रहा है, उसकी बाल्टी लाल रंग की है, पीले रंग की है, परसों मेरा उससे झगड़ा हुआ था, परसों मैंने कहा था तुम मर जाओ, लेकिन आज अगर वो पानी की बाल्टी लेके आ रहा है, that person is my friend, my brother, my colleague.
Right.
I'm very happy and proud to be part of that initiative. And tomorrow, if someone else does something like this, I would
Right.
very happily join that as well.
Yogendra,